Good afternoon, friends. How you doing today? It's Heather at Bush Poppy Farm. Today I'm going to finish the irrigation here at the farm. So I made sure to bring my punch so that I can put the valves into the mainline tubing. And I ordered a few more parts that I might need. T-intersections and some sprinkler heads, which actually these I need at home for the fruit trees. Oh, I forgot. This is a punch too. This one's actually way better. This one works just fine, but this is a little less wear and tear on your hand. So this is for 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch tubing. You can take this blue part out here to make it for 1/2 inch tubing. So yeah, this will be a little better on my hands. That's one thing, working with irrigation, your hands get tired and sore because there's a lot of pushing and pulling. Then I also have, more of these little guys, and this tool is very handy because it holds it for you so you can push it in, because my fingers get just totally ripped up trying to push this into tubing. So I get all of my irrigation supplies from a company called DripWorks. There's lots of companies out there that do irrigation supplies, but DripWorks I really like, and so all of my system is their stuff, and they're fast. I ordered this yesterday, it arrived today. So, yeah, that's fast. And I did not ask for express shipping. It was just their normal shipping. But someone asked what type of drip tape I use. And it is this brand, Toro Aquatrax Azul. And I think I was looking on here to see. Okay, here we go. It is 8 mil. So there's lots of different thicknesses. The one I get is 8 mil. It has 4-inch emitter spacing, and the flow rate is about 0.2 gallons per hour. It's 8 PSI. So the PSI is really important if you're doing drip irrigation. I won't go into all that here right now, but because since drip irrigation is a closed system, if you have too high a pressure, it'll just blow all the fittings off and everything, and yeah, it doesn't work. And this is a 1,000 foot roll. It's kind of expensive, but I go through a lot of it, and it's actually cheaper for me to buy it on this giant roll than you can also buy it from DripWorks, and probably from other people too, in 100 foot lengths. So that's kind of nice. If you have a smaller garden, you could just buy one thing of 100 feet, but it's cheaper for me to buy at this length. Okay, so I'm gonna grab all my stuff and head down there. We'll get that irrigation done. I want to run irrigation tubing through the 4x6 beds that are covered right now with row cover. And I'm gonna run irrigation into the lily bed as well, but I'm gonna feed, since there's no soil in it yet, I'm gonna feed the irrigation tubing up underneath the bed through the hardware cloth, so that then I can lay it on the surface and we won't have some weird kinks going over the top of the wooden bed. So, all right, I'm gonna grab this stuff and head out, and then we'll get started. After that, it's gonna be string trimming and weeding, so not super exciting, but super necessary. Okay, so I string trimmed the entire property. Took around an hour or so. My hands are vibrating. But I also went up and turned on, before I started string trimming, I went up and turned on the irrigation, set it a timer for an hour so that I could see if we had enough pressure to run all of this. And I think the answer is no. So I am going to have to do a splitter, which means I need to go get 1,000 feet of mainline tubing and run it back from the barn again, put the splitter. I already have the splitter and all that kind of stuff, so that's no problem. And I do know how to set it up. I was thinking, oh, I could remove the pressure reducer, but the pressure reducer up at the standpipe, that keeps the drip irrigation tubing from blowing off at the standpipe. That won't do anything for downstream. So what I need to do is just set up a splitter. That splitter basically goes back and forth manually every time the timer goes off. So I'll just set a timer for every day instead of every other day. And then that splitter will go off. And so every other day, the beds will get watered, depending on what zone they're on. So I have all that. I just need to get the mainline tubing. But I was kind of hoping I didn't have to do that. I'm still very grateful to have irrigation out here because when I first got this plot, if you guys are new here, when I first got this plot, we knew there was no irrigation out here, and I thought I was going to have to do some form of water collection into giant, like 1,000-gallon cisterns off of this hillside during the rainy season. And, you know, that's a crapshoot because maybe we'll have a pretty crappy rainy season and only get 10 inches as opposed to 20 or whatever during our rainy season. And then that means that that's all I have for irrigation water. So I'm very, very happy that I can run. It's crazy to think that I'm running almost 1,400 feet of tubing from the source, and it's pumping water that distance. So with pressure. But it's just that I have too many emitters on the line, so I'll just have to split it. All right, it's getting late. I need to eat, and this is kind of a short video, so I think what I'll do is I'll pick up back with you guys after I do my presentation tomorrow, and we'll continue our work probably out here working on the irrigation. I don't know that I'll be able to find 1,000 feet of mainline tubing. That's generally something I have to order, but I'll go check out the hardware stores because maybe they'll have it. All right, I'll see you guys tomorrow. So I just got back from my talk at the local garden club, and it was super fun. Just really, really enjoyable. Lots of amazing questions, and people seem to really enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed myself. That's one of the things I miss about academia is I don't teach anymore. So it was really, really fun to put this together and to do it. So I'm going to have some lunch. And then I'm super excited because I get to go get my bee suit on and go out and check on my hives. And it's been 5 days. So I'm going to slowly, gently, carefully open the new hive. And I should either see eggs, which means there's an active queen in there, or queen cells, which means they're making a queen. And then I need to go in my other hive and do the same thing. That one will take longer because it's bigger, but I have to see that they are healthy and they have either an active queen or one who will be going out to mate soon. So I'm excited. We're about to get 3 days of rain, but I'm really looking forward to doing this. I've been looking forward to going back in the hive for a week now. I've had to wait 5 days is the requisite time. So now I get to go do that. I was hoping to go out to the farm today and get some more work done, but that's not going to happen. I have after the hive is going to take a while, and then I need to pick up Dylan. And then tomorrow I get to go, it's going to be raining, but I get to go to SFO and pick up Dylan. He's coming home for his spring break for a week, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see him. All right. I will try to set up a camera for you guys to watch me do this hive dive. We'll see how it goes. I hope I don't get stung. I don't think I will because I'm going to be really moving slowly and very quietly and calmly. And I'm not taking frames around, moving frames around, except if I don't see evidence of either of those two things in the new hive, then I need to combine it with the old one. And in that case, I do need to move frames. So in order to combine, if they were both the same size,
all I would have to do is pick the box up and put it on top of the other hive. But I can't do that because the new hive is 8 frames and the old one is 10, so the boxes don't fit. So what I'm going to do, since I learned my lesson from last time, is I'm going to set up a 10 frame box with 2 additional frames, and then I will transfer all 8 frames of the new hive to that box. That will make 10 frames, and I will put it under the honey super if I have to combine them. Also, I need to get some newspaper because I'm going to do something called a newspaper combine. Basically, you put the newspaper in between the old and new boxes, and the bees will eat their way through that newspaper over time, but it gives them some time for the pheromones to mix so that they don't attack and try to kill each other. All right, fingers crossed.
Okay, I'm kind of a mess because my eyes are watering from the smoke. I'm in the garage with the door closed because the bees are angry. So I don't think I saw eggs or any queen cells. I didn't film going into the big hive, but they got super angry again. I'm starting to think that the big hive was queenless when I made the split. I still should, in any case, be seeing queen cells in the new hive. I don't see queen cells in either hive. So I don't know. I'm going to reach out to my mentor because he does know. And he can come out hopefully in next week. The problem is it's going to be raining. Well, for the next 3 days. And then we have one day where it's supposed to not rain on Monday, but it's going to be cold. Not a good day to go into a hive, and because everybody will be home. and then more rain next week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I don't know when we'll go in. It's still early in swarm season, and since I don't think I saw any queen cells, they're not in danger of swarming anytime soon. What I see in the big hive is more honey. So it's like all they're doing at this point is producing honey. I do see a lot of capped brood, and it's worker brood, which is good, not drone brood. But yeah, I don't know. Basically, I want an expert to come out and look at it for me and tell me what he thinks, because this is the first time I've this time and the last time, and the first couple times I've ever investigated the hive on my own. So yeah, I just would like to know what I'm looking at, what I'm not seeing. I see nectar in there. I see pollen in there. I see, capped brood, some drones, not a lot, and lots and lots and lots of honey. But I should be seeing eggs, and I don't. I know what they look like, so it's not like, I think that they're just not there. Maybe Jamie can see them for me. We'll find out. But yeah, kind of worried. I mean, there's a lot of bees, so it's not like there is a population is suffering. And if that brood is all still good, then it'll all hatch out. There'll be hundreds of more bees. I did see in the new hive royal jelly in a few of the cells, and worker bees feeding larvae in uncapped. So maybe there's a queen in there, and the main hive doesn't have a queen, but I didn't see queen cells. However, it is really hard to get into that main hive. Those boxes are so heavy, and the bees were so angry that it was hard to get at each frame. I used a lot of smoke, and they still, That's one of the reasons I'm suspicious that they might be queenless, because they've become so aggressive. They never used to be like that. That hive, you could open it up, and most of the frames, they would just hang out on the frames while you lifted all the frames out and looked at them. And so it's a little unusual for them. So yeah, I'll run all this by my mentor, and maybe we'll take a video next week of trying to sort this out. So, all right, that's going to be it for me for this video. It's a combo of yesterday and today. Thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful time in your garden, and I hope you have a great weekend. It's going to be raining tomorrow, so if I do film, it'll be greenhouse filming. But if I don't see you, have a great weekend, and I will see you next week. Bye.